Okay, we need to talk about something big. Something that's happening right now and is fundamentally changing the very idea of what a career is. This isn't just another talk about new tech. This is about a deep, structural shift driven by what this analysis calls the career extinction engine.
So, to really get what's happening, we've got to take a step back and remember the simple promise society used to make to all of us, the deal we were all raised on.
I mean, this was it, right? This was the bedrock of the entire economy for our parents and grandparents. You put in the effort, you master a skill, and in return you get a stable life. It was a straightforward contract.
But this is where the analysis pulls absolutely no punches. It makes this incredibly stark, brutal declaration. That promise? It isn't just fading away or in trouble. It's over. It's already gone.
So, if that old, familiar deal is dead and buried, what's taken its place? Well, the argument is that it's a whole new system. One that runs on a completely different logic. A logic that's a lot colder and, frankly, a lot more ruthless.
All right, let's pop the hood and see what this machine is that's driving all the change. It's got a name, it's kind of hard to forget. The Career Extinction Engine. Let's break down how it actually works.
And here is the fundamental reversal, the thing that flips everything we thought we knew on its head. For generations, the goal was to become so good at something you were indispensable. Now the system is actively designed for the exact opposite, to make every single person and every single skill easily replaceable.
And if you're wondering why this shift is happening so incredibly fast, just look at this list. We're not talking about simple, repetitive factory jobs here. These are skilled, white-collar professions. These are creative jobs, technical roles that used to take years and years of training to master. And now, AI is doing them.
This right here is the engine's core mechanic. It's a terrifying feedback loop where human effort just can't win. Think about it. You could spend a decade becoming a world-class expert in something, only to have technology make that expertise obsolete in just a couple of years. The math just doesn't work for us anymore.
And here's the really twisted part, the cruel irony in how this whole engine gets its fuel. The experts, the most skilled people in any given field, are often the ones documenting their processes, building the knowledge bases, and streamlining workflows, unknowingly training the very AI that's going to replace them. Okay, so we've looked at the mechanics of the engine. Now let's talk about the human cost. Because this isn't just an economic theory. It's having a direct impact on our jobs, our security, and even our sense of self. This is where it gets personal.
Wow. I mean, the contrast couldn't be more clear. On one side, you have a world of identity, of progress, of building something, and on the other, a world of temporary utility. The language itself tells the story. You're not a professional anymore, you're a cost center. You're not building a career, you're a biological plugin. You see, the consequences go so much deeper than just our bank accounts. For centuries, what we did for a living gave us a sense of purpose, a story for our lives. When that social contract shatters, it doesn't just create unemployment, it creates a massive, fundamental identity crisis. Think about all the terms we hear constantly now, like burnout and quiet quitting. This analysis frames them in a new light. It suggests they aren't signs of laziness or a bad work ethic. They're symptoms of grief, a kind of collective mourning for a future that was promised to us, but now seems totally out of reach. So, what's the typical advice we hear when faced with all this disruption? Just adapt, go learn a new skill, reskill, right? But what if that advice, that lifeline we're all told to grab, is actually a trap?
This is the big question, isn't it? It's the hopeful solution we hear from every CEO and every politician. The jobs of the future require new skills. Surely, the answer is just to keep learning the next new thing. It has to be that simple, right?
Well, the analysis offers this absolutely devastating metaphor. The advice to reskill and climb the career ladder always assumed there was a higher, safer floor to climb to. But what happens if automation isn't just taking out the bottom rungs of the ladder one by one? What if it's flooding the entire building at once? Where do you climb then? And this slide just nails the core moral shift at the heart of this new engine. Value is being ripped away from the person and placed entirely on the output. The question is no longer about human worth or experience, it's about cold, hard, systemic efficiency. So what does that mean for you? It means your competition isn't just other talented people anymore. You are now directly competing against software and AI, and that's a competition you are designed to lose. They're cheaper, they're faster, they never sleep, and they scale infinitely. It's not a fair fight.
Okay, so if the old rulebook, skills, loyalty, hard work, if that's been thrown out the window, what's left? If that's not the key to security anymore, then what is? Where do we find real, lasting value in this new world?
First, we have to start with a really brutal, uncomfortable truth. The argument here is that the economy's fundamental need for mass human labor is shrinking. This isn't some far-off sci-fi prediction. It's the path we are already on.
What this means is that survival and certainly success is going to depend on a completely different set of assets. It's becoming less about what you can do and way more about what you own or control. Things like assets, platforms, intellectual property, and networks. The goal is shifting from being a good employee to becoming your own independent economic entity.
Maybe the most chilling part of this whole transformation is just how quiet it is. This isn't a loud revolution with protests in the streets. It's a silent one, happening one layoff email, one departmental restructuring, one automated role at a time.
And so we're left with this final, haunting question. It's the kind of thing you might only think to ask after the whole system has been rebuilt around you, when that old promise is just a faint memory. The real question is, by then, will it already be too late to do anything about it?